Hey guys, it's Nick. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's keeping safe, keeping well. It's a lovely sunny day today. Nice blue sky. Although we could do with the rain. It's bone dry out here and the crops are desperate for a drink. So yeah, on today's agenda, right now I'm just out in the one of the fields where we've got the ewes and the lambs. I think what I'll do is I'm going to move them over the next door field over there, run them through the gate. Hopefully they'll follow me with a bag. They normally do, but when they've got lambs with them they can get a bit skittish and go all over the place, but I'm sure most of them will follow me in with the bag. So I'll grab the bag now, and any that don't, I'll jump in the Gator and round them up with that. I would love a dog to help me. There's only about 60 odd ewes and their lambs, so it's not the biggest flock in the world, so it probably doesn't warrant getting a dog. But sometimes it can be quite tricky, but this morning they're only going through a gate into the next field, so shouldn't be too bad. You're keen, come on in. Come up. Would help if I'd open the gate. Come on in, sheepies. Silly lambs. Got half a dozen or so down there that I need to round up, jump in the Gator and run them through the gate. But all the ewes followed me, that's good. They're probably fed up with their lambs now and they're just interested in what I had in my bag. Up. Oh, you damn buggers. Up. Whoop. Wrong way, mate. I'll get you in a minute. Whoop. Whoop. Ah, you are silly things. Gate's wide open, guys. Come on. There we go. Go on in. Absolute numpty. That's it. Yeah, you did it. Finally. So annoyingly the handbrake on the Gator has well, it needs adjusting and there's no clear way to do it, so probably have to call the dealers up and they'll have to fix it, because I nearly lost it in the ditch this morning. Make sure I remember to park it on the flat, because as soon as I get out of it, even with the handbrake on, it likes to go for a walk. So when I was coming down to check the sheep this morning, well, I'll just quickly show you where we are. Over the road here, that's where the sheep were, and that's where they are now. This field in here, we actually have the water to feed the trough in those two fields come down the hedgerow and along under the road here. But we only had that installed last year, and it's sort of a DIY job. Me and Dad hooked it up, but we didn't get a chance to bury it. We borrowed a trencher, but we just did not get on with it. We couldn't get this bit of kit to run, so we thought we'd just leave it above ground for now and do it a bit later on in the year. Annoyingly, even though we've been so careful not to drive over it or anything, I noticed a split this morning when I was opening the gate. I peered over and I could see water shooting up out of it. So there's a little split on the pipe. So I've turned the mains water off at the top to stop the feed to that trough. So obviously I need to sort that out, because the trough's full now, but obviously they need a constant flow, especially in this heat, need constant access to fresh water. So a job, unforeseen job, there's plenty of them about, but a little job to do this afternoon, or well, a bit later on today. Cut the pipe, put a join on it, fix that up so we can turn the water back on. But I don't know how the pipe broke. Obviously it's in the ground here. It sort of comes up from there, down this line here, around this hedge, and what takes a wide berth around the gateway and then goes under the road. But look, it's got a split here, and at first I thought it was smoke. I thought someone left the barbecue running or something silly, but no, it was water. So yeah, that's another little job to do later. I think right now what I'm going to do first is I've got some lucerne alfalfa, last year's alfalfa that my cousin brought me for lambing. I've got half a dozen or so bales left over, 2 of which are in the main yard, the rest of which are up where we keep the hay and lucerne and stuff, up at another shed. So I'm going to take the 2 bales from the yard up to the shed, so they're all in one place together. I'll just run them up on the spike, so 2 trips, because we're going to let someone who really needs it have it. There's a chap my cousin knows with some cows, and they're very, very hungry. He's almost out of feed. I'm not using them anymore, so well, if it carries on dry like this, I'll probably have to start feeding hay. I was feeding hay last summer, but as it stands at the moment, I won't need the alfalfa, so I'd much rather someone who really needs it have it. So I'll run those two bales up, and then they're all together, and my cousin can come and pick them up, or the chap he knows can come and pick them up. Then they're all be in one place. Much better someone having them who really needs them anyway. So before I do much more, it's been beeping at me. I need some AdBlue. We keep some AdBlue in stock. We actually run a lorry, small haulage business, I think I mentioned before. So we've always got a IBC of AdBlue in, and these machines don't like running low because they will stop on you if they run short of AdBlue. I hate the stuff. It's sticky, it's horrible if you get it on you. But yeah, these new JCBs have AdBlue. It's the only bit of kit apart from the lorry on this farm that takes AdBlue. The old, well not old, but the Magnum 340 we had, that was on AdBlue. And it was always a pain to make sure you got to remember to fill it up all the time. My car is on AdBlue actually, we've got to see it, and that's on AdBlue. I was sold the car after being told it wasn't on AdBlue, because we only went for the 1.4. They said no, the 1.4 is not on AdBlue. Got it home, opened up the fuel cap the first time, and yeah, there was an AdBlue cap as well, so they got that wrong, didn't they? So that's much better, have them all in one place, and the cow man will be happy. He'll have a few more bales for his cattle, keep them happy. Much better going to someone who needs them, because it won't really keep until lambing time, and I don't need it now, so yeah, much better going to someone who can make use of it. So I've got these bits here. I'm going to go and fix that leak. I'll trim the pipe and put a little join on, and then I'll turn it back on, because I've already turned the stopcock off. I'll turn it back on, and then I'll check it ain't leaking out the joins. So it runs from that trough down to the other field, goes under the road to the other field. Like I said, I turned it off, so I'll cut the pipe either side of the split, and then put a join on it. It'll probably squirt out a bit. I have turned it off, but there's probably a bit of water in the pipe, so it might squirt out a little bit. keep it nice and straight when I cut it. Nah, didn't squirt out like I thought it would. So these go on, just remember which way on. There you go. So put that over there like that. And insert, I'll tell you what, it needs a bit of a clean off with some emery cloth first. Right, so insert there, and do the same on the other side. Making sure that sits in there nice and tight. It's nice and tight. Right, I'll go turn the stopcock back on up there, come back down, see if it's leaking. But if I've remembered to put everything in the right way, it shouldn't be leaking. I just saw Dad a minute ago. I told him about the leak and he reckons he hit it with the mower. It is funny. He'd have told me off big time if I'd done it. It was ironic really, because he was just trying to remember what day he was down there mowing. It was the same day that he asked me to go and check the mains water meter, the main meter for the farm, because he thought we had a leak somewhere else. And I think I checked the meter, because I checked the meter, I came back and said, Dad, there's no leak, it's absolutely fine, the meter's not going round at all. And we reckon that was about half an hour or an hour before he probably hit it with the mower. So talk about irony. Probably has been going around since he hit it. Right, that's back on. And go see if it's leaking. Looks okay to me. That's a good job done. That's going to be a bit susceptible there, so I'd have to well, A, get it buried quickly, and B, remember it's there. But at least the water's back on now anyway. It wasn't actually a big job, but like I said, there's always something to do. So just taking the tractor and trailer around to the lambing shed. We've still got some waste to muck out. Dad pushed a load of it to the back. But I'm going to fill up the trailer with a load, so we can go and get that tipped off. So all this needs to come out. So I'm going to load up the trailer, take it over to farm 2, start a heap over there, and I'll just do a bit every day for a few days. But yeah, I'll make a start this afternoon. one off. I think by the looks of it there'll be 4 or 5 loads. So I'm taking it to farm 2, like I said. I'll make a heap over there. I'll just do a bit every day this week perhaps, and get it all shifted. So yeah, this dry weather, I think it's about time for some rain, but the outlook doesn't look clever. There's going to be a little bit of rain Wednesday, but it probably won't be much. Yeah, everything's desperate for a rain now. I think when we got it drilled, you know, when we first got it in the ground back at the end of March, beginning of April, we had a bit of rain, 3 or 4 days of rain straight after I got the first dose of nitrogen on, and I was like, yes, this is perfect. There might actually be a decent harvest. But since then, practically nothing. So yeah, we're desperate now for a bit of rain. Everyone's in the same boat. It's very, very dry out there. So dry that, I think I said in one of my other videos, we're not quite up to our limit with nitrogen fertilizer. We could be putting a little bit more on, but it's just not worth it, because it'll just sit there without being washed in. It's just going to sit there. So it's just going to be a waste of time and money. Rather annoyingly, when I was fertilising a week or so ago with the old sulky spreader, the 7710, well, we knew it would be tight with what we had in stock, what we had left. So we were expecting to order some more in, you see, to get perhaps one last dose on, to get up to our limit, give it the best possible chance. But anyway, we're not ordering any more now because of the dry weather. But anyway, when I was fertilising last week, it was so annoying. I was so close to finishing. I was in the last field and I ran out of stuff. The rate must have been ever so slightly off. Well, there was a miscalculation somewhere. I was about a bag and a half shy of finishing the field. So see, normally that would bug me for ages, but I managed to get a couple of bags on order just so I can finish the field, because you might see that, you know, where it greens up a bit more on one bit and not on the other. So I managed to order a couple of bags. But we did order them last week, and we've been waiting all week for them to turn up. But I think they're due here tomorrow. So as soon as they're here, then what I can do is fill up the spreader, those 2 bags, and finally finish the field, close the gates on it. I don't think we're going to be doing much more on the wheat and barley, chemical wise and fertilizer wise. It's just too dry out there. The herbicides struggle to work so well when it's really hot and dry. To be fair, they're nice clean crops anyway, so probably wouldn't need much more of a herbicide on there. Maybe another fungicide perhaps, but it won't be long before it's coming out in here. So I think now it's just a case of leaving it. I'll get this last bit of nitrogen fertilizer on, and we'll call that it, and just hope that the rains a bit, picks up a little bit, and that we get a good yield come harvest time. But anyway, yeah, I'll get this tipped off and then head back to the yard. Just hope it turns up tomorrow, because we've been waiting all week for it. I'd quite like to get that little bit finished. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm trying to make them a little bit longer for you guys, because I'm getting a lot of comments saying make your videos longer. So I'm keen, I'm well on board for that. I'll keep the camera rolling a bit more. So yeah, if you like the video, be sure to give it a nice big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, tap the little bell, and yeah, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.